Hello and welcome to our YouTube channel. In this video, we will be discovering the new Renault 4 E-Tech Electric 2024, the most versatile electric car in the B segment. More than 30 years after the last model, the Renault 4 is back, in the form of a small electric urban crossover, but not just that. The Renault 4 has returned and is completely new. In fact, it has little in common with the model of the past, as it is now a small electric urban crossover that does not shy away from occasional trips outside the city, thanks especially to its advanced and proven mechanics. As a star of the 2024 Paris Motor Show, which takes place from October 14th to 20th in the French capital, it evolves the concept of retro design with many references to the 1960s model, but without overdoing it. Let's discover it in detail. New Renault 4 2024 Exterior. The new Renault 4 E-Tech Electric, its full name, is a B-segment crossover with dimensions of 4.14 meters in length, 9 centimeters longer than the current Clio, but 9 centimeters shorter than the current Captur, 1.8 meters wide, 1.57 meters tall, and with a very interesting wheelbase of 2.62 meters. The fact that it is a true crossover is confirmed by the ground clearance of 18.1 centimeters, which is very high for the segment and, at least on paper, should allow the new small Lausanne-built car to tackle even slightly rough terrain. Regarding the design, one of the most interesting features of this new car, concerning the exterior, is certainly its lines, which are inspired by those of the classic model of the past, but as mentioned, without excessively recalling it. At the front, for example, the 1.45-meter wide grille is one of the elements reminiscent of the 1960s, with a rather vertical profile that remains continuously lit, as well as the Renault logo at the center. At the rear, however, the three-part vertical lights recall the style of the historical model's lights, which, for those who remember, were pill-shaped and one of the most distinctive elements of the model. Another very important detail of the new French battery-powered small car is the large tailgate, extending down to the bumper to achieve an almost record opening. Finally, this important detail is joined at the rear by the slanted rear window, which at least partially recalls that of its ancestor. Lastly, the accessories include a special fabric sunroof inspired by the original Renault 4 Plein Air, and roof bars not found on the original model. New Renault 4 2024 Interior. Regarding the interior, the new Renault 4 takes inspiration from the original car in its design, but adopts 21st century upholstery and technology, varying depending on the chosen equipment, which we will discuss later as there is much more to cover first. The dashboard of the new Renault 4 is horizontally developed on multiple levels and houses a new horizontally oriented infotainment system, with screens of unspecified size accompanied by the steering wheel like other electric cars from the brand. Meanwhile, the air vents, just like those of the 1960s model, are also designed horizontally and are complemented by fabric covering on the lower part of the dashboard, a feature of certain trims. The door panels are practical, as are the large seats designed almost like living room armchairs and covered in different materials depending on the equipment. The luggage compartment has a capacity of 420 liters, including 35 liters in the lower compartment, fully usable thanks to the very generous tailgate, and a particularly low loading threshold of 61 centimeters, 10 centimeters lower than the segment average. The great practicality of the compartment is also reflected in the various elements of this space, such as small compartments for storing certain items and side compartments for housing the different accessories with which the car can be equipped. Finally, the lower storage compartment features a two-door design, which is particularly useful when one side is blocked by the cargo while the other can still be opened. New Renault 4 2024 Versions and Interior Trim. There are three versions: Evolution, Techno, and Iconic. The first is the entry-level version and features light color combinations with stitching inspired by the French flag. The second, called Techno, adds some important accessories and features seats covered in denim-like fabric, actually made of recycled polyester with a saturated blue color, rivets and copper stitching on the seat sides, and an Easter egg with the inscription, "Go ahead, you are in a Renault 4. Finally, the dashboard is covered in a quilted fabric with a checkered pattern. The top of the range version is Iconic, offering houndstooth fabric seats and headrests, with yellow stitching and patterns on the front seats, rear bench and dashboard, the latter also enhanced with laser-engraved and backlit Renault 4 lettering. According to the company at this early stage, all versions come equipped with the latest evolution of the infotainment system based on Google Automotive, vertically developed and integrating the Route Charge State Manager, which searches for charging stations on behalf of the driver. The last noteworthy feature of the new Renault 4's interior is the fabric sunroof, a key element of the design of this new crossover, according to the company, exclusive to the Plein Air version. Available in black for both the Techno and Iconic versions, it was created by Webasto and Hartz with a non-metallic plastic structure to maintain very high acoustic and airtight qualities, thanks to the technologically advanced covering. New Renault 4 2024 mechanics. But let's get to the serious stuff and talk about the most interesting aspect of this new Renault 4, which is its mechanics. The car is obviously based on the new Ampere small platform from the Renault Group, the platform of the Ampere division dedicated to B-segment electric vehicles, shared with the Renault 5 E-Tech Electric, but with a wheelbase 8 centimeters longer. The front end has been taken from the current Clio, Captur and Renault 5, but optimized with a short ratio steering, 14.5 for increased comfort. This modification reduces the turning diameter to 10.8 meters. The rear features a multi-link geometry. In terms of the powertrain, the car combines a 52 kilowatt-hour battery with a 110 kilowatt motor for a total range of 400 kilometers, according to the WLTP cycle, or a 40 kilowatt-hour battery with a 90 kilowatt motor. The batteries in particular use NMC, nickel manganese cobalt, chemistry, and consist of several modules placed in a single container. A solution that, according to the French manufacturer, reduced the weight by about 20 kilograms compared to the Zoe. The motors are the same as those already available for the company's other electric vehicles, such as the new Renault 5, and are derived from those of the Megane E-Tech Electric and the new Scenic E-Tech Electric. As mentioned, the car offers two power levels. The first is 80 kilowatts, equivalent to about 120 horsepower, with 225 newton-meters of torque, and the second is 110 kilowatts, equivalent to about 150 horsepower, with 245 newton-meters of torque. The latter in particular allows the 4 to accelerate from 0 to 100 kilometers per hour in under 8.5 seconds and reach an electronically limited top speed of 150 kilometers per hour. All versions come standard with an 11 kilowatt bidirectional AC charger and can be charged with DC power up to a maximum power of 80 kilowatts for the less powerful powertrain or 100 kilowatts for the more powerful motor. Power, torque, AC-DC charging, battery capacity, 80 kilowatts, 120 horsepower, 225 newton meters, 11 kilowatts, 80 kilowatts, 40 kilowatt hours, 110 kilowatts, 150 horsepower, 245 newton meters, 11 kilowatts, 100 kilowatts, 52 kilowatt hours. In terms of driving, the new Renault 4 is the first vehicle from the brand equipped with the one-pedal function, available from the Techno version, which complements the 3 initial regenerative braking modes that can be activated via the paddles on the steering wheel. But that's not all. Unlike the Renault 5, the new Renault 4 is also equipped with the new extended grip system, optional, with 2 new driving modes for light off-road driving, affecting the braking system, and ESP snow and all-terrain for snow and dirt. New Renault 4 2024 price. During its presentation at the 2024 Paris Motor Show, Renault did not reveal the prices of the new Renault 4 E-Tech Electric, which will be announced in the coming weeks for France. However, they should not be too far from those of the Renault 5, which starts in France at €33,490, excluding discounts.